What's up, guys and gals? This is Chris from Legendary Mana, and it's time to talk Masters 25. The new set is coming out very, very soon. Spoiler season is going to be coming up, and we are going to start seeing what is going to be in this set. Wizards has described Masters 25 as being a set that will have at least one card from every set in Magic's history. Now, this is a tall order to make a good limited format and include a good amount of value. On the opposite side of the fence, this could be a set that surpasses Masters' value and really shake up the secondary market. Alluded to by Rudy at Alpha Investments, Masters 25 could be the real iconic Masters. In this series of videos, we will cover, well, the semi-annual, twice annually Modern Legacy Commander reprint set. The following cards could be in Masters 25. Now, keep in mind, this is a selection of cards that is our opinion. We have chosen 3 of each common, uncommon, rare, and 2 Planeswalkers that we believe could be in Masters 25. Now, depending on the colors Wizards chose for this set, it's possible we will see a variety of different cards. Since we saw the 2-color Signets and Guild Gates in Masters 2017, it is possible that we will see 3 colors for this set to maximize the use of cards across the history of Magic. Now, it wouldn't be a top list without having honorable mentions. Our first honorable mention is the 3-colored Charm Cycle. With only having a single print run in Shards of Alara and a few appearances in supplemental products, this inclusion would be a good one in the uncommon slot. Not to mention, these would be great in the limited format. This next honorable mention can be debated. Living End is a card and a deck that is hated by many players in Modern. This card has seen 1 printing in Time Spiral and has maintained a price tag between $20 and $30. Some would say keep it there. I mean, like, the least amount of copies of this card, the better, right? However, with that said, this is a card that some would love to see in the limited format again. Stoneforge Mystic has been debated for some time. It has been rumored for a Modern unban, which I don't think will happen. Regardless, this is played in many legacy decks, including Death and Taxes. This could see a bump in rarity to Mythic, but it's more likely it could be a chase rare in Masters 25. Okay, so now that the honorable mentions are out of the way, let's dive right into the top 11 of cards that could be in Masters 25. The first common we chose is Lotus Petal, a $7 common that is pretty much a staple in Vintage, Legacy, and has seen only 1 set printing in Tempest. Clearly, this card was missed in Iconic Masters, so I think it'll be very strong could be in Masters 25. Not to mention, if Wizards goes with the 3-color theme with this set, Lotus Petal could be a great inclusion for limited color fixing. Preordain is a card that is played a lot in Pauper and sees quite a few inclusions in Legacy. This card is a limited house. Even though it was banned in Modern, this was back in 2011. I wouldn't put it past Wizards to use this opportunity to test the appetite for this card to be unbanned. Especially with core sets coming up soon, we could see this also in a core set. Galvanic Blast is played in both Modern Affinity and some Pauper decks. This card has only 1 printing in Scars of Mirrodin and is a prime target. A case could be made to print this in Core 2019, but that seems highly unlikely. This card is great removal for the limited format. Next up is our picks for uncommons, and it was very difficult to decide what could be printed in Masters 25 because, well, there's so many that deserve a reprint. But we had to make a decision, so here are 3 uncommons we could see in Masters 25. Counter Squall isn't heavily played in Modern, but some Magic the Gathering players ask why. It's a good card. If blue-black control makes its way back into Modern, then this is a card that could really shoot up in price. Currently a $4 uncommon and has only 1 set printing in Conflux, which makes it a perfect target to be included. The Rack, which is a primary card in Modern 8-rack decks, has only seen a few printings over its lifetime. and it's been around since, well, the dawn of Magic. Although this card isn't worth much, it could be fun to see this card in the limited format if, well, the card support is there. Rite of Passage, which was featured by Kevin at Rogue Deck Builder, spiked in February of 2017 after the release of Aethervolt, and it synergized with a lot of the +1 counter effects. It could see a downshift on common, but there is a case that this doesn't need to be reprinted at all. Next, let's look at the rares that could be in this set. Keep in mind, everything is going to depend on how Wizards constructs the limited format. These are our picks that could be included in Masters 25. Glimpse of Nature is a card that carries a $20 price tag, has a single printing, and is a staple in Legacy Elves. This card has been rumored for a possible unbanning, although it's unlikely it'll be unbanned. Wizards might use this opportunity to see how this card would do in a closed meta. Rest in Peace, despite being played in just about every format, has only one printing and Return to Ravnica. Now, you could argue that this card should be in Masters 25, but we place it in our could list because it might make its way into Core 2019. However, there is a case for it being in both, so we'll just have to wait and see. Ruined Halo has recently hit the $40 mark as one of the most popular Shadowmoor cards in sideboards. This card desperately needs a reprint and should be in the set. However, despite all of the above, this could be one of the ones that gets overlooked. Finally, we cover the 2 Planeswalkers that we think could find their way into Masters 25. This section for all 3 videos was the hardest because there's so many ways this slot can go. Additionally, we don't know how many Planeswalkers Wizards will decide to put in this set. It could be as many as 5 or 7. It's really hard to say. Also, there could be a case to have 5 monocolored and 2 multicolored Planeswalkers. But again, until we know more about the direction that Wizards is taking, predictions are solely based on demand and nostalgia. Or at least for me anyways. First up, Ugin the Spirit Dragon. A feared card in Modern and played in a few Legacy decks, Ugin could see a reprint here. I think there are better Planeswalkers out there that they could print in this set, including ones that haven't been printed for a very long time. But with a current $35 price tag on this card, I wouldn't put it past Wizards to throw this in for value. Venser is a strong possibility. Although not very popular in the Modern scene, this Planeswalker could be great in the limited format, especially one that's getting a Pro Tour, and they could use it as a tie-in solely for the lore or flavor. Well, that'll do it for the cards that could be in Masters 25. Remember, we do have 2 other videos coming up in this series, should and would. Be sure to look for those coming out in the next couple of weeks. Let us know what you think of our picks. Comment below if you have cards that you would like to add to the list. Thanks for watching, and if you want to support our channel, make sure you smash that like button. And if you want to support us while getting some sweet rewards, head on over to Patreon and see how you can help the channel grow. The link is in the description below. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, I bid you farewell.